So mount's pretty quick. I'll just make sure I press record. Yep. Okay. Alright, mount, collar shake, Americana, straight armlock. Okay. So we have mount. So collar choke, first one. We're just gonna put the hand in the collar. As we put the hand in the collar, I have a frog foot up on the side that my hand is going into the collar to make sure I don't get off balance this way, right? Anytime he like pushes my knee or his arm's busy over here, I can just adjust. I put my hand in the collar, and now I bring my head down towards the side of my over the top arm. The collar choke is the same. I'm gonna pull the lapel into his neck, and then I'm gonna start to flare my wrist. From here, the extra bits is you can move up, and you can also start to like melt your wrist into his neck, right? So that would be the cross collar choke. The next one, Americana. So from Americana, like I can sit up, we can do like that like little slappy, and he like covers his head, boom. When this happens, I'm just gonna go like, you can go hand on the elbow, and then elbow or forearm here, or double hands. But basically we're just looking at stapling his wrist to the ground. Once we get to here, my elbow drops next to his head, and now as I go to feed the backside in, my back hook comes in as this one starts to commit itself, because my balance on this side is not so great. When this one comes in, it's not as good as it could have been when my hand's out here. So as this comes in, I start to offset my hips with my backside hook. From here, I'm stapling down. I'm gonna very gently drive this back towards his hip. And then as we do, we start to lift up with the elbow, and we can start to finish. Now from here, you can staple this down, that'll be one, but the grab again is the same as before. It's like when you grab, you're gonna grab kind of between the wrist and the hand. So if he tries to extend it from here, it's quite difficult, right? If you grab his wrist and he tries to extend it, you see it's hard to hold on to. So you go right to the hand. So now he tries to extend it, this is very hard indeed. And now you can just do it. So that would be Americana. Arm lock from the mount. So you can do different variations of the arm lock, but basic one is the chest push. You go one arm over, one arm under, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start to now do this in one motion, but a good way to practice it is you can invert your knee, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna lean my head as my leg spins around the corner. And we end up with this one here. Nice and smooth. So that would be the mount. Now we're going to do bottom of the mount. So we're here, bottom of the mount. So first one is trap and roll. So all we're going to do is we're just going to break his posture down. So when we break his posture down, I keep my elbow on his knees, I wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. I lift my hips, and if that doesn't quite do it, you can use your knee too. He comes down. Now when he comes down, all you're going to do is just give him a hug, and now it's very difficult for him to be able to touch you. So once you get here and I'm hugging, right, I'm trapping his leg as well, right? You can just do a very basic trap and roll where I'm gonna bring my hand up, I'm gonna capture his arm. Now, if his arm's still stiff here, keep it stiff, so don't let me trap it. I'm just gonna walk him to the arm instead of like collected to me. I keep it close. He makes sure he protects his hand, so he tucks it in or makes a fist. And now all I'm gonna do is look over the shoulder, and I'm gonna start to now arch and start to drive his shoulder to the ground, right? I'm not sure, we might be out of shot. So once we connect and we trap the leg, I start looking over my shoulder. And this backhand connection helps me to put his shoulder on the floor. Now that I have his leg trapped, I'm gonna start to walk over his knee line and start to just tilt. So I kind of like almost lie on his leg. So right now it's hard for him to be able to like get back up. And I come up to the top, and now he can come right up. Right. I'm just gonna show you this version too, because depending on who you're testing from, they might want to see this version. So this is the standard version, hand in the collar. Just make sure, like there's some nuances to doing this one, so, but we're here. So again, hands in the collar. What I want to do, so I need my partner's leg on the ground, so I'm going to trap his leg. I'm going to trap here one, the other one comes in and cups the elbow. Now we're going to do the same thing. All right, I start to take him over. But as I come over, I make sure that this hand comes up to intersect, because I know that he might try and choke me here. As it comes to intersect, I step up with this leg to protect this arm from armbar. Now I come up, and now we're here, right? And we can start to defend like the position here, to start to take the collar out like before. We can squeeze the rim and do a few things, but you see it, we just make sure that we intercept the arm that's not strangling when you come up to the top. That's what we're looking for. Elbow escape. So real quick, elbow escape, so it goes to the mount, right? So we bring it forward, we do all the same stuff. We might be defending our mount. However we defend it, different ways. For the test, you can really show any, but we're like just finding the space inside, so it might be cross, and I start to straighten my leg, and then we're looking to bring the knee down. So my knee points down, my knee comes to his butt, and I bring my knee right through here, and I put it in. From here, I capture the leg, right, and now I start to move to face the other way. When I start to face the other way, I can start to frame, I move on my hip, and my shoulder adjusts. I trap his leg. Right, so this one on the outside retraps, you can stand on his calf or you can trap him here. And now, this elbow can start to like block his knee if I need to. I move my hip out and I move my knee in. Once that happens, we come back, we square up, and we end up back in the guide. It's pretty standard, that one. Good one's good. Cool. Now it's just back.